Hello and welcome back everyone, and today we are talking about All-Stars Season 5, cast rumors, background info, all that stuff. Now in all my years of covering the challenge, I think it was back in Season 32, I have to say that this is one of the oddest casts I've talked about for the challenge. And what I mean by that is that just the formation of this cast has me baffled, has me confused, but I want to save my reaction to this cast for later on in this video. I do want to get into some background information on the season, on the cast. The location of All-Stars 5 will be Vietnam, which is the same location for the Challenge 40, but according to the T account, even though it's the same location, they will not be filming in the same house as Season 40. The host is TJ Lavin. This cast is made up of 24 total contestants, nothing out of the ordinary, except for the makeup of this cast is 8 men and 16 women. I don't think I've ever seen that big of an imbalance between men and women on the cast. Now there is a rumor going around that there will be a twist on this All-Stars 5 season where players will be able to come in later on in the season. The comparison was like in Season 32 Final Reckoning, and to expect more men to come in later on in the game to try to balance it out. But looking at 8 men and 16 women, how is this season going to start out? Is it just going to be a whole bunch of women eliminations at first? Is there going to be a redemption house? Now, something else that people were getting a little upset about was some of the early names being thrown out there. This is no longer the All-Stars that Mark dreamed up way back when he started the We Want OGs campaign. Oh no, this is now turning into just a free-for-all of players that we can just now label as quote-unquote all-stars, as this cast makeup is made up of 12 real-worlders, 5 road rulers, 1 Are You the One contestant, 3 Big Brother players, and then 1 contestant each from 12 Dates of Christmas, X on the Beach, UK, and Shipwrecked. I also did a tier base of when everybody debuted on the challenge, where we have 7 players that debuted between the seasons of 1 through season 10, then only 1 contestant that debuted between seasons 11 through 20, nearly half the cast debuted between seasons 21 through 30, and then 6 contestants that debuted between season 31 and season 39. Now, a benefit of this cast is that out of the 24 contestants, 21 of them have ran a final, and then 10 of those 21 finalists are champions. So we do have 10 champions on this cast, at least at the beginning of this cast. All right, let's go through the cast and some background info of each cast member. So let's start off with the men, since there's way less of them. And we're gonna start off with Adam, whose original show was Road Rules: The Quest. His debut challenge season was season 5. He has done 3 main seasons, 1 All-Stars season. He is still currently on All-Stars 4. There's a lot of to be continued for Adam at this moment of filming this video. But he's a 1-time finalist, a 1-time challenge champ, winning in season 7, The Gauntlet. Let's move on to Corey. Not Corey Wharton, but Corey Lay, whose original show was 12 Dates of Christmas. He made his challenge debut on season 37. He has done 2 main seasons of the challenge, season 37 and season 39. He's a 1-time finalist, and that's the last time we saw him on the challenge was season 39 finals, where he got 4th place. Devin from Are You the One season 3, he made his challenge debut in Rivals 3, challenge 28. He has done 7 main seasons. This is his All-Stars debut along with Corey. He's a 3-time finalist, 1-time challenge champ, winning in season 38, but the last time we saw him was being a mercenary in season 39, Faysal, whose original show was Big Brother 20. He made his challenge debut on season 35. This will be his All-Stars debut. He's a 2-time finalist on the main series, but the last time we saw him was in the finals on USA 2, where he was purged and got 4th place. Who's excited to see Faysal? Let me know down in the comments section below. Next up, we have somebody that we have not seen in quite a while, and that is Frank from The Real World San Diego. He made his challenge debut on season 23, Battle of the Seasons 2012. He has done 3 main seasons of the challenge. This will be his All-Stars debut. He's a 2-time finalist, one-time challenge champ, winning in season 23, and the last time we saw him was getting medically DQ'd in season 25. Frank being back is very, very interesting. Leroy's original show was The Real World Las Vegas. He made his challenge debut in season 21. He has done 12 main seasons. He is currently on All Stars 4. His status on All Stars 4 is to be determined, but he is a 5-time finalist. Leroy coming back to the challenge on All Stars 4. He seems to have been bitten by the challenge bug, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of him in upcoming challenge seasons. No spoilers, but we're going to be seeing him quite a bit. Back to make his challenge return is Shane, whose original show was Road Rules Campus Crawls. He made his challenge debut on season 6. He has done 7 main seasons, and the last time we saw him on the challenge was season 32, where he and Nelson, they lost to Bananas and Tony in episode 18 of that season. And finally, for the men's side is Steve, whose original show was the Road Rules The Quest. He made his debut on season 7. He's only been on 1 main season, but 2 All-Stars seasons, All-Stars 2 and currently on All-Stars 4. Him and Adam are going to be on yet another All-Star season together. Could be spicy. We're going to have to wait and see how that all plays out. Let's go into the women's side of the competition, and we're starting off with Amber. From Big Brother 16, she made her challenge debut on season 36, Double Agents. She has done 3 main seasons, and this is going to be her All-Stars debut. She's a 1-time finalist, 1-time challenge champ, winning season 36, and the last time we saw her was in the World Championship, being medically disqualified because she found out she was pregnant on the show. Aneesa from The Real World Chicago. She made her challenge debut on season 6. She has done 16 main seasons. She has been on All-Stars before, All-Stars season 1, where she made the finals. She also has been to 3 finals in the main series, and the last time we saw her was in a final, season 38, getting 3rd place, losing to Nany and Bananas in Balls In, being purged from the final right before the final stage. A face that we haven't seen in quite some time is Ashley Kelsey, or Ashley K, whose original show was The Real World San Diego. She made her debut on season 23. She's only done 2 main seasons of the challenge. This will be her All-Stars debut. She's a 1-time finalist, 1-time challenge champ, winning in season 23 alongside Frank and Sam, who is also on this cast. And the last time we saw her was in Invasion, losing to Cara in a pole wrestle. But Ashley K is not going to be the only Ashley on this season, because Ashley Millionaire Mitchell is making her challenge comeback on All Stars 5. Her original show was The Real World Explosion. She made her challenge debut on season 29. She has done 9 main seasons. This will be her All Stars debut. She's a 3-time finalist, 2-time challenge champ, and the last time we saw her was being disqualified in season 37. Somebody I'm surprised to see on this cast is Beth. Now, Beth is an OG by all accounts, being from The Real World Los Angeles, making her challenge debut on season 2. She has done 7 main seasons. She's done 2 All-Star season, 1-time finalist, and the last time we saw her was coming into the game of All-Stars 3 in the middle of the season, getting thrown into the elimination against Jonna, and then quitting in that elimination. Next up to make their All-Stars debut is Big T, whose original show was Shipwrecked. She made her challenge debut on season 34. She's done 5 main seasons, and the last time we saw her was in season 39, going up against Casey in a pole wrestle and losing. Somebody that I'm kind of surprised, but also not surprised at the same time, making their challenge return is Devin. From Big Brother 17, she debuted on the challenge in season 32. She has done 2 main seasons. This will be her All-Stars debut, and the last time we saw her was in season 33, being purged right before the final. She has since been on the Challenge Official podcast, being a co-host with Devin Simone. She's been also on the show The GOAT, and maybe after doing that reality show, she kind of got the reality TV bug, and the opportunity presented itself to Devin, and she jumped at being on All Stars. Next up, I just mentioned her when talking about Beth. It's Jonna, whose original show was The Real World Cancun. She made her debut on the challenge in season 21. She's done 5 main seasons. She's been on 3 All-Star seasons, making the finals in each of those appearances, and being a 2-time All-Star champion. And the last time we saw her was on USA 2, losing to Tori early on in that season in the drop the ball elimination. Now, Jonna has exceeded all expectations and has found much success on the Challenge All-Stars. Can Jonna keep this success going on All-Stars? We're gonna have to wait and see, but let's get into the next contestant, which is Katie from The Road Rules The Quest. She made her challenge debut on season 7. She's done 9 main seasons, 2 All-Star seasons. She's a 2-time finalist, 1-time challenge champ, and last time we saw her was on All-Stars 2, where she lost to Ayana in the Wait There's More elimination. Moving on to KellyAnne, whose original show was The Real World Sydney. She made her challenge debut on season 16, The Island. She's done 4 main seasons, 2 All-Star seasons. She's made the finals in both of those All-Star seasons. She's also made a final in season 18, The Ruins, but the last time we saw her was in the World Championship, where her and her partner Tristan lost to Darrell and Kiki in an elimination. Here we are with Melissa from X on the Beach UK. She debuted on the challenge in season 31. She's done 4 main seasons. This will be her All-Stars debut. She's a 1-time finalist in Total Madness, and last time we saw her, she lost to Tori in season 39 in a water tank elimination. Next up is Nany, whose original show was The Real World Las Vegas. She debuted on season 23, Battle of the Seasons 2012. She's done 12 main seasons. This will be her All-Stars debut. She's a 4-time finalist, where the last time we saw her was getting runner-up alongside her partner Bananas in season 38. Somebody I'm very surprised to see back on All-Stars so soon is Nicole. Now, I know I say so soon, and All-Stars 4 was filmed over a year ago, but still, it's surprising that Nicole is back for All-Stars 5. She's from The Real World Skeletons, debuted on season 29, 3 main seasons, 1 All-Stars season, 2-time finalist, and she's currently on All-Stars 4, where her fate is left to be determined at this moment. Let's move on to Sam from The Real World San Diego, debuted on season 23. Only has done 1 season, but in that season made the finals, won the finals, but now Sam is back for another go at the challenge. Coming up on the final 2 competitors, we have Sylvia, whose original show was The Real World Skeletons, debuted on season 29. She's done 3 main seasons, 1 All-Star season, and that was season 3 of All-Stars, 1-time finalist, and the last time we saw her was in All-Stars 3, losing to Nany in the Starstruck elimination. And last, but certainly not least, Veronica, whose original show was The Road Rules Semester at Sea. She made her challenge debut on season 3, The Challenge 2000. She has done 12 main seasons of the show, 2 All-Stars season, 4-time finalist, 3-time challenge champ. She's currently on All-Stars 4, but at this moment, her All-Stars 4 campaign is still on a to-be-determined basis. Alright, so we just went over everybody who's going to be on this cast, at least at the beginning of this season. As I mentioned earlier, there's talks of people maybe coming in later on in the season. I believe if they do that twist, it's because some people that they really want on the season said that they would like to do it, and they could do it, but not from day 1. So it's easy to implement this twist later on in the game, I'm sure of. I'm just never a fan of that kind of twist, because somebody can bypass a couple of episodes, maybe even halfway through the season. That puts everybody who starts day 1 and can be there from the very beginning at a huge disadvantage. So if that will happen in this season, I'm not really going to be gelling or liking that kind of twist. This is what I feel is a major step down of what All-Stars can be, or what it was built upon. And I know people are going to be upset and be like, well, this is what happens when you brought in an Are You the One contestant on All-Stars 4. It opened the floodgates for production to just let anybody onto this cast, no matter if they're from the real world or Road Rules or whatever season they debuted on. But I don't think we should blame one person or one cast member. I believe that this was the plan all along. Ever since the challenge grabbed onto Mark Long's idea of We Want OGs, but then changed the title to All-Stars, I expected a cast like this to happen. Not necessarily the ratio of 8 men to 16 women, but adding newer players into the All-Stars rosters. It's because All-Stars can be a blanket term. Somebody made it to a final, they can be an all-star. They have a handful of elimination wins, they can be an all-star. So I'm not necessarily surprised about this cast list. I'm just a little bit disappointed. I'm sure the gameplay can be fine. I'm sure that it will hit all the nostalgia factors with the different music drops and keep having a lot of the fun aspects, at least compared to the main season of the challenge. But knowing where this all started with We Want OGs to where it is now, I'm just kind of like, all right, I guess this is what All Stars is gonna be from now on. My theory is that the challenge production team saw how hyped everybody was for All Stars 4 to finally start coming out and how much traction it got, that they were like, we need to jump on an All-Stars 5. And this is the point where we need to start adding in some of the newer players so that we can keep on propelling All-Stars forward into the future. I'm sorry, but that completely misses the point of why people were interested in All-Stars in the first place. I get that people can be excited for players that we have not seen in recent seasons, like Frank, like Shane, like the Ashleys, like Devin. And I don't blame anybody for being excited to see some of their favorites return to the challenge. My feeling is I wish it was something else outside of All-Stars. And I get it. I sound grumpy that newer players from seasons 30 and up are on my All-Stars. They should get off my All-Stars lawn. And who knows? Maybe this will be the best All-Star season we've ever seen. But I'm talking about my reactions from the first glance and being able to sit on these names and do research into all of them and then sit down to make a video. And I can say that I feel uninspired by this cast. I wish a lot of these names would be on the main seasons. I wish that we could have a USA season that we could put a lot of these players on and see them compete against CBS stars, as well as have them represent the challenge in that way. I still don't understand why there's not a USA 3. USA 1 and USA 2 was getting like 1 million plus viewers every single episode. And I think that helped get eyes onto the challenge more than trying to put newer players onto All-Stars. But in summary, these are the 24 names and players who are rumored to start day 1 in the All-Stars house. There's possibly more players, aka more men, to join into the game as the game goes on. And there's some names in here that I think fit the All-Stars theme way more than others. But this is the cast that we're going to get for the most part, and we're just gonna have to see how things play out. But this is one of the first times that I'm coming into one of these videos not feeling even cautiously optimistic about a challenge cast, especially knowing that this season will be coming out after season 40. Like, season 40 is such a huge milestone. You know the challenge is gonna go all out for season 40. I can't help but to think that this is somewhat a major step down. Again, all we know is the rumored names that are going to be on this cast. We have a couple of theories of some twists and everything, but what information that we do know from the rumored sites and T accounts, I don't feel cautiously optimistic. I don't feel optimistic. This is one of the first times I can say I'm neutral, leaning towards meh. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? How this game will be played. I remember putting out a community post asking people what they thought about this cast, and there was some optimism, I feel, in those comments, but that was when other players were in the mix and before people were dropped. I don't know what everybody thinks now looking at these 24 names or hearing about the twist of people maybe coming in throughout the season. So now I've given everything that I know and my reaction to this cast and my feelings and vibes and everything. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear either your enthusiasm or your caution with this cast. How does this cast make you feel? What do you think about these players? What do you think about All-Stars moving away from the We Want OGs and now accepting what looks to be anybody to join up in here? Because maybe I'm too far into my own head and my own thoughts, and maybe covering too many seasons has clouded my judgment in these casts. I remember talking about season 39, feeling excited about that season. Maybe it would be unpredictable, and look how it turned out. Now, maybe it could be the opposite, where I'm like, I don't know about this season, and maybe I'll grow to love it. But I want to hear what you have to say. Please let me know anything and everything you feel about this All-Stars 5 cast, this All-Stars 5 season, the cast makeup, anything you want to tell me. Please, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Now I want to give a special shout out thank you to everyone who supports me over at patreon.com/angelcakevids. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who's watching this video up to this point. I'll be back really soon with more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace.